to the Fibrific Live Craft and Chat. Bit of a different setup here today. We're going to be twisting hanks of yarn. So we'll have our normal chat and then we'll drop into the down camera and have a good look. Welcome to everybody who's live in the chat here. Let's have a quick squiz at what's going on. We have got 15 people currently in the chat now. That is brilliant, and it's jumping up to 18. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, and if you are watching the live chat, just double check you're in live chat, not top chat. So a bit more housekeeping. We've got mods in the house. So I've seen that Kim's in so far. The mods are here just to keep us having a good time. Jacob's here. Hey, Jacob. Make sure that you be respectful in the chat. Just chat, have a good time. Mods basically are just there to watch the spammers. We don't get many. The other thing I wanted to mention was mods are the only ones who can put in links. That's right. Sorry, my brain's a little bit fried. It has been a week of just doom here, guys, and I want to get that out of the way first so that I can just enjoy this time. So those of you that follow over on follow Fibrific, or actually follow me on Facebook, probably. I don't think I posted it anyway, business-wise, maybe. We've been having some plumbing dramas at our house here, and Fibrific is based at my home. And yeah, so it's been a bit of a drama. So Friday the plumbers came, found some problems, yay. Got to do some serious savings to fix those, but they fixed it in the meantime. They gave it a, a bit of a clean out, there's roots in the pipes basically, and they've got to, they jetted them out and made it all good. So it was all good. Then on Monday night, so Tuesday morning, I called again. Hey guys, it's all backing back up again. When you said that it was gonna, I'd have some time to save up, I thought you meant longer than like 4 days. Anyway, it turns out there's another problem further down the pipes. They cleared everything that was local, so it looked good, and it wasn't until it was backing back up from the 40 meters of pipe away it is. So they had to come back out and fix that up. Unfortunately, the poor bloke who was fixing that up lost his disc plunger. It got caught and he couldn't hang around to finish it, so he had to send another plumber the next day who was like apparently a whiz at getting, anyway, he got it, he managed to get it out. So that was the thing. We had plumbers like Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now the plumber who came Wednesday said 40 meters down the pipe, that sounds like it might be council rather than you, which we'd be like, please be the council, because it means we don't have to pay for the fix, and it's quite a big problem. It's a crunched pipe. It's only allowing half of the stuff through, and so he was like, call the council to come out, and I'm thinking, oh my god, they're never going to turn up. I rang the council yesterday morning at 10. They were here by 12. Now it was just an inspection team, and they come out to check to see if it's a council problem and give it a bit of a quick flush. And it is a council problem, so yay for that. This morning I got woken up very, very early by our gas delivery man and banging on the door, which he doesn't normally do. He normally just drops off the gas bottle and leaves, takes the other one with him and goes. He found a leak, and in Australia, if a gas technician finds a leak, they shut your gas off. So no hot water, no stove top cooking. So this morning I've had to call back my trusty Fallon guys and be like, hey, do you guys have a gas plumber? Because I need a gas plumber now. And so I have a gas plumber coming out this afternoon. So it's just been a bit stressful here. Tradies in like every day, and you kind of got to be available, and you can't do anything that is not interruptible. So it's just been stressful to the max. Now this afternoon I've got a gas plumber turning up to fix a leak. Now apparently it's a little thing and it should be fixed very easily, but it's just another thing. So it's been an interesting lead up to Christmas, let's say that. So there's lots of people chatting in the chat. There's someone who messaged me. Well, a positive thing. You ready? You guys ready for a positive thing? This morning I entered a little Facebook competition for Earthly Organics. She is an amazing Australian soap maker, and I've been buying her products for years, but I haven't bought any for a little while just because I haven't been using soap. I've been using goat's milk body wash, basically. Too much information. Anyway, she had this thing where you got to guess the weight of something, and I guessed it. So I've got a little bag of bath bombs coming our way. So Abby's very excited. She's the bath bomb user in our house, so she's very excited. So we had a positive thing. So that's really exciting. I'm just checking the chat here, you guys. So there's so much chats going on. Remember to share the stream with your friends so they can become our friends too. Good point, Jacob. Good point. All the doom and gloom. Yeah. Oh no. Gaming Widow spent the weekend chatting with plumbers as well. Kylie, hey, how you going? That's a load off, not your bill. A bit of a pain in the, absolutely it's a pain. Sorry, I'm just gonna like hold my phone just because because I have to set up differently, there's stuff blocking my screen. So another lovely thing that's happened is last night we had rain. It's our first rain in a really long time. Unfortunately, that means that today is muggy as anything. So the aircon's pumping. So I'm sorry if the noise is distracting. I'm not going to turn it off. It's as simple as that. All right. Sally says she didn't think she was going to make it today, but she is here. Hey, Sally. So that's really cool. So what I'm going to do is next thing. Oh, I wanted to talk to you about Mystery Lace Club. So we've got our July cutoff. So if you want to get the first Mystery Lace Club for 2019, so that's the January Mystery Lace Club. Sorry, I feel like I've got a lash. Then you need to get in now. The cutoff is the 20th. So make sure if you want to get into the Mystery Lace Club, you jump over onto fibrific.com.au/MLC and you can join into the Mystery Lace Club fun and shenanigans. I am about to start the dyeing process for next week's delivery. I've got the pattern, I've got all the bits and bobs that are going with it, so it's very exciting, and it's all happening. So December's is looking to be a really sweet club. So I hope you guys like it as much as I do, because if you don't, you can just send it back and I'll keep it all. Like, I have no problems with that because I think it's awesome. Spanish says the humidity is going crazy today. It's insane. I've got the aircon pumping at 21 degrees in here and I still feel like I am dripping. It's terrible. Rebecca's expecting more snow. Oh, Rebecca, for snow. Does anyone know the last time Brisbane itself had snow? Like, it has happened. It's a freakish occurrence because we are subtropical, but it definitely has happened. Spanish says pop it to me and I'll put it on mine. Hey, Man-Made Fiber, how are you going? Are you doing okay? Man-Made Fiber is an amazing dyer over in New Zealand. So if you guys are in New Zealand, check out his stuff. I don't have a link for you. Spanish, can you see if you can find a link for Man-Made Fiber? His stuff is amazing. It's just the most bright and vibrant colors. I love it. Sally said that she spent all of Tuesday night and Wednesday in emergency. Oh my gosh, I hope everything's okay, Sally. That's insanity. Anyway, let's drop into our overhead camera. I'm not sure how it's going to go because I only just set it up and my world is caving. So let's check it out. There we go. Oh, look at Chantel's beautiful feet. Or not. So you can focus on the yarns in a second. I've got a massive pile. I've actually got two piles of yarns here. I messed this one up. Like, it's my own fault. I was being silly with it. I was running around pretending it was hair, okay? So I'm just going to kick off my shoes over here just so that out of shot. But I just need to get the right one there. And we'll just trim off some ties. So what have you guys been working on? Have you been working on some Christmas crafts and all that sort of stuff? Or, share. There's an Etsy shop for Man-Made Fibers. That's excellent. Thank you, Kim, for finding that for me. Kim is amazing. I dump her in the deep end, like, oh, find a random link, and she always finds it. So this one is in our Remington. So, oops, the camera's there. There's Remington. It's like a blue with grey wash over it, and it's like got all different like levels of greys and blues. I love it. I think it's great. I am biased. I love all my colours. So, I mean, there's not much I can really do if Like, if I don't like a colour, I tend not to re-dye it, so it becomes like a one-off, because it's like, yeah, I didn't enjoy that one for whatever reason, so I'm not going to continue it. Game Widows is making a hip pouch for her kid's teacher. What's a hip pouch? And what would you put in a hip pouch? Oops, wrong way, Miss Jane. 10. Sorry, every now and again I have to stop to count because I am a bit fastidious and I like all the skeins to have the same, like I like them to sit and have the same number of twisty bits. It doesn't always do what I want, but close enough. This is a bit of coffee. So there's our coffee there. It's a bit blown out. I've got a bit of light here just to make sure the camera doesn't do. Do you guys remember when the old camera used to go crazy on this carpet? It was just like, I hate this carpet. Don't make me try and film over the top of it. I'm going to stutter and break. I think it may have been this carpet and the stripes and some yarn that we did with some black that actually killed my old webcam. So let's have a look. That one can go. That one can stay. Alright, so I've been watching lots of Christmas movies, some of them more terrible than others, trying to get into the Christmas spirit, which it's been a bit hard this year, I have to admit. So yeah, oh, I think this one might end up being a second. It's got some blue specks in it. I'll have to pull it aside. Oh, hello, look at that. That is, I actually really like that, personally. Can you guys see that? There's all sorts of, no, you can't see that because it's totally blown out. Hang on, let's see if I can bring it over here. Look at this. No, it's blurry as, you guys can't see. I'll take some photos later. This one's definitely going to have to go in as a second. So I've got a few things, like I've been clearing out some cupboards and some boxes and shelves and things. So I'm going to be doing a bit of a de-stash of seconds or just skeins I'm not happy with, where they'll just be reduced down in price. So, I mean, I personally think this looks lovely, but it's not coffee. Let me just tell you that right now. So that's going to go over there in a different spot. So see, I pulled out like some things like this, where see how there's the bigger blue splotches? They shouldn't be there. I personally, again, like it. It's not too over the top. There's one there, and then there's those there. I'd just say there must have been some blue left in the bottom of the pot before the other yarn went in, so that'll go in as a second as well. And then I've got a couple of blur pools that have got some patches, so just some lighter patches in them, which I'm not a fan of. So they didn't make it through my stringent process. So again, seconds, but there's just limited numbers of those coming in. I don't know why I don't even like calling them. I don't even like calling them seconds. I'm trying to read the chat. Oh, the other mic's picking up when I lean down. Thank you. Hang on a second. Let me look here. So we want that one. And alrighty. How's that? I totally forgot about the second mic problem, you guys. I worked out what the problem was last week. You remember how a couple of weeks, like last week, you guys were telling me that that the audio is odd? Well, I worked out that I had a second mic picking up. So now I'm deaf. What happened? Did it make a bad noise? What? I'm confused. Is something bad happening? Can someone let me know? I think you muted the worst one. Hang on. Let me look here, you guys. Where is it? So, I'm going to talk, and you tell me if it's better. Oh, Freaky said there was no sound, so he went up. So it's very quiet. It's a bit quiet. All right, hang on a second. How's that? Is that a bit better? Sally says I sound fine. It's a bit quiet. Tunnel sounding. Really? Hang on, I'll see if there's a noise gate on. Filters. No, there's no filters. Okay. You said okay. I don't know, you guys. Which mic did I mute? I got rid of the overhead mic, the one that was bad. Hang on, I'm just going to check. How's that? Is that better or is that worse? So you guys have to let me know. Freaky uses headsets. So yes, I've just swapped mics, guys. So let me know if that's better or worse. Worse. Better. Oh. Now I hear a fan. Yes, the air conditioner is blowing like you wouldn't believe. Kathleen says better. Sorry guys. I meant to check the microphones, but totally forgot. This morning's been a frazzle. Jacob says the overhead just sounds nicer, I think, but it's no big deal. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. All good. Yeah, there's a fan. I can work on that, but Chintamani says you can't hear my AC over all of her fans. YouTube just signed Spanish out. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. All right, you guys. Okay, so we've got the second microphone. Yeah, the fans are going on the thing. Let's see if I can do something about that. No, I'm not going to muck around with that. All right. Noise gate to the rescue. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, is the noise gate. I just want to make sure I don't mess it up and make it worse. Noise gate. Alrighty. How's that? Is that better, you guys? The noise gate should be picking up the fans less. Fans alive, no biggie. I sound better. Oh, that's good. Okay, all right. Let's get back on to twisting skeins. Oh dear. Okay. Noise gate is a savior. So what it does is reduces like noises out from different decibel levels so that you can control things. But I don't know it very well. But I played with it enough to work out what not to do. Okay, audio lesson over. There's the tie. All right. Got some more Remington here. Getting ready. I just got to ties. Make sure I don't accidentally cut the skein. Totally done that before. Thank goodness I have 3 devices I can watch YouTube from. Luckily. Oh, hang on. I killed it. Dead. By twister. I pulled it too hard. I'm a dash too far away. I made a nice skein. Onto some greens. Can't you play with the seconds and add more dye? Look, I could, I suppose. Especially that light coffee one. I could totally sprinkle that a lot and add some fun bits to it, make it a one of a kind. But sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes it's nice if you guys want to do it as well. I don't know. I have a think. Some of them I probably won't. They'll just go out as seconds. Some of them I might. So, but I will keep them in a separate pile just so I don't accidentally stick stock and then realise that I don't have them to send. And yeah. So this one is agave. So this is agave on the DK. It just goes a bit softer than agave on the 4-ply. It's a different. It's still the 4-ply is a merino and nylon base, whereas it's 100% wool. So it does take the dye just slightly different. One. Oops. Bring up the chat again. My audio's cutting out when I move. Oh, hang on. The microphone fell inside my shirt. It's just a day, isn't it? It's a day. Bring the seconds to camp. I mean, that's an idea and a half. So I'm assuming you're going to the Marchcraft Magic Camp, based on that. It could be fun, actually. And so what I look for is I've got an end that's got 4 bits tied to it. If you see that? And that one I definitely don't want to cut because that is the one with the beginning and ending of the skein with an additional tie around it to hold it all together. So I don't want to cut that one. That's why I stick that over the hook or at my hand, and then I cut all the ones in between. So I like to keep one down there, one up here. Good to go. You should take the noise gate off. Some of your words are getting cut off. Oh, are they? Maybe I can... No. Would you guys prefer... Yes. Close. Alright, would you prefer the noise of the fan and being able to hear me? Or would you prefer the noise, not the fan, the air conditioner? Or would you prefer the clipping? It's probably the best way to put it. And bring the chat back. Every time I touch the screen to adjust the audio, I have to bring the chat back. Right, that way. More beautiful agave. Get off agave. There you go. Little thing. Yeah, so at the moment the aircon's just blowing and it's not pumping, if that makes sense. Band's fine, the aircon's fine. Alright, we'll leave it at that. Spanish Chick has a parcel waiting for at the post office. Well, it's not from me, I can tell you that, Spanish Chick. I've not shipped you anything. This is the One Lonely Skein from Shane's Earth palette. Is it the... No, ooh, lucky I checked. I assumed I had the right one. I did not. There it is down there. So I'm tossing up whether or not I'll pop this one up for sale, but I do want to get it twisted and neat and out of the way. So this is the last skein that makes, a lot of these colours so far make the colours for Shane's Earth palette of the hat, the Rainbow hat kits. And so I'm tossing up whether or not, what to do, you know, whether I keep this one or not. But I wanted it twisted and safe. Because they get a bit, I mean, they end up sort of like this if I don't get them twisted. And then that's just not good. And then they can snag and get caught on things, and it's horrible. Oh, it's from Stephanie. Oh, that sounds mean. Not shipped you in. I'm sorry, no. Kim comes to pick her orders up, and she's got an order she's waiting on. So I was just letting her know that I wasn't sneaky in shipping her order, because I do that to her sometimes. Just send it to her rather than make it come all the way here, because I'm not exactly local. I mean, I'm not exactly far away either, but it's not an around the corner job. So have you guys got all your Christmas shopping done yet? I have not. I'm getting there, but I'm not done. Abby actually has been planning some Christmas presents for family members and stuff. Nearly gave away what was happening there, which is good. So I don't have to worry about those ones, which is nice. Yeah, where are we? You should make her walk or jog for an order. She's a tad far away from that, especially in this heat, I think. So, like, what is it, like a half an hour drive? Here's some milky tea. Let's give it a bit of a clean it out. Well, not clean it out, but, you know, tidy it up. Line everything up. Okay. Trimmy. And I reuse these ties for things as well, so I get this, you know, pile of offcuts. They don't go to waste, they get reused. Spanish Chick knows what Abby's been doing. Alison's getting her Christmas tree delivered today. Oh my gosh, so exciting. Actually, do you know what? I think this has got the same problem as the other Milky Tea. It's got speckles on it. Okay, well they match. The advantage with doing this under these really good lights is some of the stuff that I may miss with like shadows. Like there's just some little blue specks. That one's got a bit of red as well. That one would actually look really good with chestnut, like just spread all over it. Sally says I only had to shop for 5 girls and 2 of them we are taking to the movies. Oh, nice. So that's awesome. All right, well, I finished the pile that was next to me that I thought I would never ever get done until, you know, the world ended. So we've got some others over on the other side of me. So we've got these seconds of the mohair. I don't cut the additional ties off the mohair usually. I do sometimes, but not all the time. Just, I don't know, I think it just needs the extra support. The other yarn doesn't need it so much, I've found, but I don't know. I think people are more confident with these ties are in. Hopefully they want to see Frozen too. What do you mean, hopefully? Goodness me. I'm actually really glad that Abby is out of that kind of age bracket now. Now she sees stuff like that ironically. So, yes. Now coming up in the pile after we get this one done is a batch of Joss that came out wrong. I know, I can't tell you what happened. I have no idea. I was trying to do up an order for somebody, and it's the right dye, it was the right mix, but it's just come out tonally wrong. See, that's still pretty. I'm still happy with that. It's just got bits of blue in it, which is fine with me, but not fine with everybody else. So, yeah. But yeah, so this is the not quite right Joss. There's actually a lot of it. Oh, knocking over my thing here. Hi Leslie Grant, welcome to the chat. So yeah, so it's still a lovely pink. It's just a bit different. Like Joss is that little bit more punchy, like a little bit more vibrant, and this is a bit more, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, you know. It's not subdued, it's just not quite Joss. I mean, I'd probably call it not quite Joss because I do stuff like that. Name things random weird names after the dyeing process, like this is not the green you're looking for. So I think I've got like 8 skeins of this pink, so like there's totally enough for a decent sized project. But it's not Joss, and unless you are mixing different pinks together, I would not mix it with Joss. It stands out a lot when they're side by side. Joss has the flu. Oh, that's horrible. I didn't know that. Did I miss a message somewhere? That's the end. Keep that one. So yeah, so we've got, I've been pulling, because I've been going through, it's the end of the year, I go through and clean things up and pull things out and all that sort of stuff. And I found a pattern that I've been working on for last summer that I never got finished. I mean, I got the pattern written, but I never got it pattern tested. And so I pulled that out, and I've given that a tweak, and I'm, you know, much happier with it now. I've been putting in some extra detail, and like I'm really excited for it to get released now. So what I've done, sneaky, is pop up the kits for it just as yarn packs on the website. It's a commercial yarn. There's only limited kits available because it's a commercial yarn. I think I can do 10, maybe 12 of this one. But the yarn is available in other places. So do you guys want to see that? Let me know if you want to see that. Looks like a Bubblicious bubblegum. It really does. Is the Oh, I could call it Joss has the flu because it's not quite right. Sorry, I thought you were sitting there telling me Joss is sick. I'm like, she hasn't said anything. She normally lets you know when she's unwell. Make sure there's one in my hand. Trim, trim. And this one has got some pale spots, so I want to check in. So it'll go over there into the seconds pile. See, this one's more like Joss. I don't know if you guys can tell. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to hold them up to this other camera and see if you can see the difference in the pinks. So it's just tonally different. But anyway, show us the pattern. Christmas meetup. Oh yes, Christmas meetup. There's a Christmas meetup happening. You have to RSVP for it, as we do have to have a booking. And it's not at IKEA. We're meeting up at Fitzy's at Loganholme. And it is at 12 noon on Saturday, this Saturday coming. It's for Caffeinated Crafters sort of breakup party kind of thing. Christmas party. We're going to do a little optional Secret Santa. So you don't have to be in it if you don't want to be in it. I totally understand. But yeah, so we're going to be doing that. There's an event over on the Fibrific page on Facebook. So if you can RSVP in there so that I can make sure we've got enough seating for our booking. But yeah, something a bit different. We normally meet up at IKEA now. So it'll be nice to hang out somewhere a bit different, just for lunch. It's, everyone buys their own sort of thing, so there's no upfront fees for anybody. Hang on, I'll check the chat again. Sorry, Spanish chick, yes, I'll get you those images. Jacob made some, I think. I've got to just double check that they got adjusted. Yeah, some of you guys are too far. One's not as rich. Yes, that's right, Kathleen. It's just not quite it. Does that make sense? It's just not quite it. And because I'm a fussy McFusspot, I'm not going to try and, pass it off. Because it's just not quite right. It's just, I don't know. It's not bright enough. Come off, little pink thing. I think we're nearly done with all the pink. Well, there's a couple more, but further down the bucket. This is the end of the not quite Joss. We have a lonely skein of a flamingo. I think that's what we call this one. I'll have to check. It was a one-of-a-kind colorway, I think, because it's not sherbet orange. It was the precursor. This is what became sherbet orange. So this was like the precursor. Some of these have been hanging around in crates and buckets for a while. They've got the old non-reusable cable ties. See, now I use reusable ones. I don't have to cut, which I love. Alright, I'm going to twist this one up, but I'm going to have to take it inside. If you can see here, it's got these little blue ties on it, which means I need to pop it on a Swift and pop in an extra tie. So I'll just get it twisted for now for safety. But that one's got to go inside and be popped on a Swift. So the old way I used to do things before we got the new spinner was, because more often than not I'd have to reskein everything because of how I spun it. I just use these disposable ties that I would pull off and then tidy and neaten everything up, and then go from there. Got a bit of lake. That's going to be the same issue. It's got the old school ties. So yeah. Holly's listening while she's driving. You be careful. Are you thinking of going live from camp? I will have to see. Use a lot of data to go live. I'd love to go live from camp. I think it would be lots of fun, but I just have to wait and check out what my because I have to check, but I normally use about 4 gig of data to go live each time I go live, and I can totally bring, like, most of the stuff I use for live stream is coming anyway. See, that one's got the ties. It's a nice skein of lake that just needs the proper little ties. So that again needs some love. But we're emptying out this crate. You guys can't see it. I'll drag it around in a second. But I've got a crate of doom that I'm clearing out, working out what I'm going to do with. I wonder if the camp will have internet you can hook into. Not usually, especially like considering how much I'm going to need. It feels a bit weird asking, to be honest. But I mean, I'll check. I'll have a talk to Margecraft and see if I can have a talk to the camp organisers and what have you. Show you guys what we get to do at the Margecraft Magic camps. So if not, I'll just get some video footage and make a little video of it. I love how you're just hoiking them on the floor. Those are the ones that I've got to do again. They're just being tidied up. I don't have a second box over there, otherwise I'd be going into a second crate. But yeah, so okay, so here we go. I'm going to pull this crate around here. So I've got this crate of doom right here of all these. These are all skeins that either need rescaling or they're seconds or they're colour tests. Mostly in DK, but there is some sunflower that I'm getting to now. So we had some sunflower that we dyed up for the Infinity Stone packs, and there's a couple of odd skeins left. So pull that back out of the way there. This is my bag that I'm working on for my kit. Okay, so what we're making are these cute little coasters. So these haven't been blocked yet. Cute little coasters that you pop, coasters, pop your drink on it. They're a cotton acrylic blend. I just took advantage of the fact that my water was in my hand. But then we're also going to be turning those coasters, if you crochet them together, which I'm still in the middle of, and I don't have a table under me here, guys, so I'm still in the middle of doing it. But you can crochet them together into a big sort of centerpiece, probably a centerpiece more than a table runner. So in one pack of yarn, you get enough of the colors to do a 20-piece centerpiece plus 4 to 6 coasters, and that the extra coasters will depend on your tension. I can get 6, and I've got pretty loose tension, so if you're looser than me or use a bigger hook than me or whatever, you might only get 4. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. So the little packs are here, and they're currently up on my website. I believe they're $18.50, and you get 50 grams of each color. And yeah, so that's what's happening there with those. We're going to be doing some video of the pattern. The pattern will get released. But I thought I'd put the packs out early, so if anyone wants to grab a pack of the Cotton Blend 8-ply, even if you just like the colours for something else, this is the Peyton's Cotton Blend, so it's 50% cotton, 50% acrylic. It's nice on your hands. Anyway, I shall put that over there, but that's what I'm working on. This is my little project that got sidelined last year. It got sidelined when I had to move out of the other premises because I was in the middle of working on it, and it kind of got packed away, and I've been going through some of the boxes that still haven't been unpacked from the old site yet, so we're getting there. Yeah, there's a new camp this year. Spanish Chick says if they have limited they won't care. Yeah, I know, but it still feels weird asking. Yeah, otherwise, I can just do a video. I can just make a video of camp for sure. Leanne's going to catch the replay. Bye, Leanne. Be safe. You need to totes do that loopy stitch mandala. Which one? She's like, I can't do it for a video. She has her own YouTube channel. Sally is gonna be back. So, but I love that loopy stitch mandala. Like, I am hooked. Like, did you guys see the Instagram post of the little mandalas I made for Abby? Totally could have put them away for Christmas. Didn't. Because I couldn't. I'm like, oh my god, they're so cute, Abby, they're so cute. Anyway, it's just what I do. It's a bad habit that I have. I can't keep presents hidden. So I have to get them wrapped and under the tree as soon as possible, because otherwise I'm like, here, you can have it now. And then I've still got to find something for Christmas. So this is some of the soul stone on sunflower. Yep, on sunflower. So that's it's gonna need, like, again, it's got the little blue ties on it, so they're gonna have to go into the skeiner inside to have new ties attached and be retwisted. But this way at least they're tidy, and I know, because I can't see what's in the bottom of this box, honestly. Like, it's such a mess. It's such a mess. So, and they get caught on these. Kerry's got to go to work. Bye, Kerry. Have a good day. You could use the kit for that. Oh, you totally could. Although, this is technically it's a DK weight cotton, whereas she uses a 4-ply weight cotton. But I mean, you can adjust. You can get bigger loops or do less rounds. And see, this one's hinky. It's got look at that. That bugs me. See that little long loop there? Like, is that part of here? Can I? Nope. That's annoying. So I'll fix it on when I reskein it. See, some of these are just going to have to go in for reskeining. Who knows how long they'll sit there before I get those done, honestly. But get them tidied up and a bit more secure and safe, so that they don't end up looking like this. Oh my gosh. Pro yarn dye here. It's like, oh yeah, not doing that one anymore. Dump in a corner, in a crate that I don't go into for however long. When was the last time I dyed sunflower, you guys? Like, ages ago. I don't even have it anymore. At least they won't tangle. Exactly. Oh, it could be a dream catcher size. You're right. But yeah, sometimes we just have to go through and do these jobs, which I'm very slack with. So yes, Snowy's losing her mind at something, and I have to keep an ear out because the gas fitter is not supposed to come until after 12, but they were trying to talk me into letting them come earlier. But I wanted to hang out with you guys, so we'll see. Yeah, Snowy's evil. Well, that's what I'm thinking. At least I won't tangle up anymore. And while they're not in pristine saleable condition, I feel more comfortable selling them if I know I've looked at them, and I know I've checked them, that I'm happy. They just need new ties. That makes sense? Does that make sense? Sometimes just knowing what the stock you have is important. Turns out I have 4 skeins of that orange. See, I didn't think I had any more of this blue. It's the blue, the soul stone. I always got them mixed up in my brain. Blue is soul stone, is that right, Kim? Chicken update, please. What do you mean? What kind of chicken update? Like, my chickens, they're locked out. They're outside. They've actually been sleeping in one of the gardens that's closest to the fence, but under lots of trees. They're keeping nice and cool. Soulstone is orange. You're right. It's the Tesseract colour. So what's that? Space? Blue will be space. Yes. Thank you, Spanagy. It's been a while since I've done the Infinity Stone colours, okay? And it's such a pretty blue. that's totally blown out in this camera. That's so funny. I might see if I can drop down the exposure on this camera, because I need the light to be able to see. Let's have a play. Let's touch things and hope we don't destroy it. Let's see, exposure, nope. Contrast, brightness, bring it down a dash. Apply. Okay. Okay, I don't know if that'll make much of a difference. We'll soon find out. So the colour I'm going to test it with is eye melting yellow. I don't think any camera setting could deal with this eye melting yellow. It's so bright. it is this bright. It's this bright. Yeah. It's a very, very bright yellow. But I really like it. It'd be fun with like some of the blue. Just, I don't know. It'd be fun. It's a good colour. It is just exceptionally bright. Look at that. It's just like totally like freaking out in camera. So funny. Okay. Alright. Then we have some of the purple. This one failed. It had a bit too much of the washed out white, so that would be definitely a second, or an overdye job. I could overdye this one, but it's sunflower. How would you guys feel if I released some more sunflower? Because I've got a few skeins that I've been finding tucked away that, you know, like this one could be overdye, a bit of a one-of-a-kind colour thing, a bit of sunflower. I'm a bit of a fan of the sunflower personally. I miss it really. Not that I don't love Pegasus, because I love Pegasus more, but I also love sunflower. I love them both. You can love more than one 4-ply, right? But that one is definitely, that one's definitely a bit of a second. Jennifer P, you're welcome to the chat. Pick the Marvel Geek. Gabriel said that there was a Nancy's Knickknacks box in her Secret Santa gift. That is so cool. They know you. Kathy Byers in the chat. Welcome, welcome. This one is pretty bad. This one is pretty... Hang on, I can feel it pulling tight. So that normally means that there's a strand going the wrong way. Or two. It's still pulling tight. Hang on. This one's going to totally need reskaining. It's a mess. That's the advantage of the new way we do things over here at Fiberfit, because look at these dangles. Hang on. Can you see them? No, they're underneath everything. Hang on. Look at that. Those dangles, not my arms, the yellow, they bug me so much. But now that we do things differently, we have different ties, different processes than when this was dyed. This sort of stuff rarely happens now, whereas it used to happen a lot. So this one needs total reskaining, not just retying. So that will be fun. Yes, it will. Man, I am not looking forward to taking photos of this yellow. It's like, I'm melting. Oh look, we've got a couple of skeins here that are twisted, some thyme, and another. Oh, that one feels lovely. So those ones are there. A bit Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. Hello, Australian cricket. I lost the chat again. Come back, chat. Kathy sees feet. Yes, I'm twisting skeins today, Kathy. Yeah, good thing I'm not streaming on Twitch. You're quite right. They do have rules against it. I have to go and get socks, and it's just too hot. This was just a dyeing, like soaking up the yarn dyes in a pot kind of thing. It was just a, I don't even know what to call this colour. It's like a maroony, purpley, but it's got some blue sections. I like it, but it's not repeatable, that's for certain. More sunflower though. We're getting quite a little collection of sunflower over here. Oh, hello. Get back on. This one is a Lonely Pegasus in Wanda that just needs, it's got dusty, so I need to clean it up. But that one's normal. What are you? You are some undyed A-ply. Over there. See, I don't even know what's in this box. Kathleen's watching me twist while she eats dinner. Kathy says, I wish Australia was closer to Wisconsin. I love your yarns. Well, Kathy, I do ship internationally, and the Aussie dollar is pretty rubbish against the US dollar. What did we do before? I know. Look at this. We have a Lonely Skein of Marlin 150 in a pink and green that we dyed on YouTube. I'll have to, that needs a reskein. I might even over dye that. Some sections are a bit grey and a bit sort of, no, that's not helping. Yeah, I think that's going to go into the over dye. There's a table over that way. So yeah, and then we've got like a few skeins of this alpaca that I dyed up. That I have to check the blend, but I have to be careful with it because it's alpaca. But they're ready for a new home. This is eye melting pink to go with the eye melting yellow. Actually, this was a color test, and I think it's actually rubbish. I don't think it's color fast, which is a shame because that is serious pinkage. So look, I've got some yellow. Look, you could hurt people. You could just make them something to hurt their faces, like their eyes will just bleed. Oh dear. Okay, what else? Another alpaca in that sort of dusty pink is the letters I'm looking for, Chantel. Oh, we've got a triangulum in our, I think we've got some of this somewhere. I'll have to, that one looks like it needs reskeining totally. Let's have a look. Let's see if its skein is good. If it just needs retwisting. Its skein's good. I'll just give him a fresh twist. Definitely needs new label. This is the old labeling. The Betty old. I think it does need reskeining. It reminds me of the fluoro in Wake Up Before You Go. It is. I usually use a 3-weight yarn for wraps and some blankets. What is your equivalent? DK. We have DK, which is an 8-ply, which is what half of the stuff we've been twisting has been. So, like, it's beautiful. It's a pure wool DK. It's Australian $22 per 100 grams, which comes down to a lot less USD. I know you've got to pay a bit more in postage than in Australia, but the reality is you're probably paying similar, because it's, see, look at that. That is annoying. That's going to have to get reskeined because that's how much I hate that. Yeah, so like with the Australian dollar being just so bad, like Australians pay $8.50 for postage. And I think untracked postage to the US, I'd have to double check, but I think it's around $17 or $18. Drop that into the Australian dollar nightmare, and you're only paying like 12 or 13 US dollars for shipping, which is not a lot. Disappoints me what the Australian dollar is doing. Doesn't, you know, whereas it's advantageous for you guys in the US. That one needs redoing. That's a piece silk. I think there's about 50 grams there. I'd have to check the meterage on it. But I think we dyed that at the end of a dye stream. It's like purples and blues, and it's very pretty. I'll have to, see what I mean? Like there's stuff in here I don't even know. Where are we? Do you have a bright blue to go with the bright pink and the bright yellow? I don't have one that's quite as eye melting, but I do have Tiff, which is a nice sort of bright blue, bright aqua blue. Here's a bright green that goes with the bright pink and the bright yellow. That bright pink and that bright yellow are 4-ply though. They're sport weight. They're not DK. So, and I don't have any more DK. Well, actually, I've just found 2 skeins left to dye. I could make them eye melting if you wanted them eye melting. This is this was Slimer before I toned Slimer down. This is Untamed Slimer. Because I thought it was a dash on the bright side, so I toned him down just a smidgy bits. But now I think I'm toning him back up again for Double Down Slimer. Anyway, that needs retwisting because it's got blue ties. That's a random blue that I did. Do I have? Yeah, I've got 2 of those. This is non-repeatable blues in the DK. Not bright, not eye melting. That made it look very pale. It's not pale. But I think they're ready to go. They've been twisted and everything. So they're good. Oh, here we go. We've got a Milky Way that has gotten away from us. Let's see if we can fix this. Milky Way is 100% silk. It's like 450 meters or 500 yards per 100 grams. And this is like a raspberry kind of color. I don't know what color the camera's showing it up as. But I just found a bag of undyed Milky Way yesterday. Oh, my laptop tried to go to sleep. That's not good. Don't know what the deal is there. But there we go. That's a nice little Milky Way. Spanish chick loves Milky Way. Did you see the Pantone color? Yes, I saw it. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I don't always like the Pantone color of the year, but I think this year I'm gonna like it. Here's some more skeins. There's more of that alpaca blend. I think it's an alpaca, cashmere and silk. I'll have to double check it. And there is some more pea silk, and I think that's a cashmere lace weight. I'll double check it. These are only little 50 gram skeins. So we're gonna be doing some listings of some of this stuff just so I can try and, you know, clear some space and you guys can get some one of a kinds, which would be fun. Oh, face cam, thank you. There we go. Yeah, Living Coral left me cold. The colour formerly known as Raspberry Beret. I don't know if this one was actually Raspberry Beret. I didn't actually label the name on the card. So look at this. This has got like stuff. So this one is one of the, I think I used to call this one the Good Grey. It might have been Gandalf. I had one that was Gandalf. I had the Good Grey. So this is one of the older greys that I don't do anymore. It's definitely a warm grey, if that makes sense. Normally greys are quite cool, but it's definitely a warmer, excuse me, a warmer tone grey. Oh, come on, get off that. What are you doing? Stop that. I don't like it. Here we go. All right. But again, this one's got the blue ties on it, so I have to pop it onto the big skeiners and give it some fresh ties, but at least we can see what we have. I didn't even know this was in the bottom of the crate. And I'm very frustrated because about 6 months ago I had someone ask if there was any more of it, and I was like, no, there's no more. Turns out there's 3 skeins. Oh well. On the overhead it looks silvery. It's kind of, it's definitely warm. I'll grab some photos and pop them over on Instagram. Like, see how this one's a bit of a second. It's got some splodges and the warmth. I mean, I like it. But I'll make sure that's on the outside so we can see it. The other one didn't have this, did it? I don't think so. This would be great for a beanie, a bit of character, a bit of warmth and cool and splotches. You could do a really cool basic beanie with it. Let the yarn do the talking. You should see this pile of yarn over here. It's quite amusing. We're nearly at the bottom, you guys. We've nearly cleared the crate. The crate of doom. Adobe says she loved living coral. Totally my jam. I wasn't a fan of the living coral. It's not a second, it's unique. Oh, maybe one of a kind. Had good news from the ortho doctor. He has no more restrictions except when it hurts, don't do it. Yep, that's what my orthopedic surgeon said. Hurts, stop it. And listen to your body. And don't try and push through the pain. Pushing through the pain is not recommended by anybody except for gym practitioners. No doctors tell you to push through the pain. But yeah, there's 3 of these greys. They'd all work together for sure. And yeah, there's some slight variation, but that second one's got the most. And then we've got I'm actually really quite amused. I was literally looking around for one of my little tripods, and I couldn't find it, and I own 3 of them. 2 of them are sort of the same, and one of them's a bit different. And I knew I had 2 that were the same, and one was being used for something. I'm like, surely I've got to be able to find that other one soon. Man, this one's an absolute mess. This one might be going back onto the Swift for a total rescan. Yeah, it's going on for a rescan. What a nightmare. This is some double shot in DK. Bit of double shot coffee. The yarn itself is fine, it's just messy. So, fix that. So if I leave that out a little bit, I'll be able to see it and understand it's not just a tie skein that needs doing. Hang on. Let me have a look. There's a couple of things in the bottom of this crate that I'm going to find very amusing. Alright, I've got the missing tripod, which is ridiculous, a reusable cable tie, and a die stream mini pack. But it's the pack that I made out of the leftovers of the minis. I think these little 20 gram minis, it's a high twist. Different base than anything I normally use, but there were 2 yellows was the problem. They look terrible there. There we go. So that's this. Right, so they'll be sticking in their little bag here until I work out what to do with them. They can go in there. That's it. That's it, you guys. We did it. Yes. Oh, no we didn't. Hang on. There's a granny green here. Hang on. One more. I don't know why I put it over there. There'd be a reason, right? There would have been a reason. I wouldn't have just done it like a lunatic. Last granny green in existence. I think Claire from Bob Wilson's got the others of these. It was a custom die for her. Alright, that one needs rescaling. It's got some loosey bits. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to change back to our single camera. And I'll move that crate out of the way of my feet. Oh, goodness me. Okay, I'm going to bring this over here. Freaky Geek is talking about Costco. Costco trip this afternoon. I'm not going to get to make it now, Kim, because I have to wait for a plumber. But yes, that was a great effort. I'm wondering if what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the top camera so you guys can see the pile. So just bear with me. It's not on, so you won't get sick, but it's going to block the way here for a second. And then that one. So I have not, I haven't, what do you call it, framed it, so God knows what you're going to be able to see. Until I click the button, bam, oh, nothing. Okay, let's see if I can. There we go. Oh, there we go. There's our pile of doom. Just try not to bounce it around too much. So that's our big pile. That's the crate of the stuff that's ready. That's the pile of stuff that's not ready. Alright, here we go. We'll put this back up and over here. Oh, goodness me. Okay. Ah, dear. Alright. So Kim's going to do some recon. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate the recon. Behind the scenes, a pile or a mini mountain? I actually think it's a mini mountain. It feels like a mini mountain, right? Oh, camera, microphone's back inside my shirt again. It definitely feels like a mini mountain for sure. But yeah, it's a pile of pretty not doom. That's actually perfect because it's not doom anymore. I know what's there, and some of it requires the next step, some of it requires 2 steps, but we'll get some fun yarns up on the website pretty soon. Some of those alpacas and the one-of-a-kind Andromeda DK, and then we'll have a little look at the seconds. If I can turn them into one-of-a-kinds rather than seconds, I will, and we'll go from there. It'll be fun, right? It's all going to be fun. Where are we? So now Alison is not in Queensland unless she's on a holiday, which she could well be, you guys. So we've still got some of the mini kits left over from the last sale, which I'm still going through because I'm so nervous that they're going to be somebody's and then I'll resell them, and I hate that. I hate that so much. So I'm kind of holding off releasing them because I don't want to accidentally do that. It would horrify me, really. One step, pile it up and send it to Kathleen. Fair enough. But yes, no, it does definitely feel less daunting now, this pile, because it's kind of like this stuff is ready to sell and this stuff just needs retwist, some of it needs rescanning, some of it just needs new ties, and it's ready to go as well. So I might have to pop some sunflower up on the website, and also some special one-of-a-kinds in the DK. That'll be fun. Oops, I tried to accidentally report somebody. That was unintentional. So I've got my Christmas Star Trek t-shirt on, which is Beam Me Up Santa. So for any of you that are wondering. So yeah, I honestly thought this was going to take longer. Like, I've not planned anything else to do, and all the camera setups are wrong for anything else because it's all set up for over here. I really didn't think I would get all this finished. And I think it's because you guys understood that I couldn't just stare at the chat like I normally do, which I am doing now. So yeah. Any DK? Yeah, there's lots of DK in this pile, but not in the colours, not in those brights that you're after. So yeah. Kathleen is saying, love the shirt and the headband. That's funny. I'm typing and you mention. Oh, that's cool. Yes, it's a little Christmas headband that I borrowed from my daughter. We're bringing in the Christmassy theme. We've got our tinsel and our little Christmas presents to remind me to talk about gift wrapping. Thank you, reminder. You're awesome. Over on the Fiberific website, we are offering gift wrapping as an option. It's not like gift boxing, but it's like wrapping the presents up. So they'll arrive, like, if they fit in a box, I'll pop them in a box, but I've only got small boxes. But they'll definitely be all wrapped up in cube with bows, and if you've got a card or a note that you want written, you've got a spot in there that you can pop that in as well. And it's just a little nominal fee, so it's like $3. I think it's $3. It just covers the wrapping and the bows and bits and bobs. So I have dull DK. I'm very happy for the smiley faces after that. Now there's lots of bright colours in the DK, just not in the eye melting range. I mean, we should totally make an eye melting range, right? It's great for last minute gifts, because I can, if it's for you can actually arrange for it to be shipped to somebody else. Like if you order it, but it's for, say, a friend who's in another state, I can make sure there's no pricing on it, gift wrap it and ship it to them, and then have it so that they can, with an extra note saying, put this under your tree, you don't get to open this till Christmas Day, and then I can be like, hey, Merry Christmas, from Kathy, sort of thing. So it's a bit cute, it's a bit fun, and so I can sneaky my way around of not putting Fiberific on the label as well, so they don't even know it's come from me, but I still have to put my PO box on. Kim says that you can even add the message of congratulations on your prize. So everyone thinks yes, alibi purchasing. Ah, dear. No, it's all good, Kathy. I got it. Yeah, I think it's a good thing to offer, and I think I'm going to leave it up there as well, and get in some sort of Christmas non-specific paper as well. So I've got lots of different Christmas papers here because I'm a tragic and I just have a lot of Christmas paper. But also I've got some other, like, not birthday specific, but like, you know, pretty for a girl, like, that I use for birthdays for my friends. It's all good, Kathy. It's all good. So yeah, it's a bit of fun. So I've got my phone in my hands, which I'm reading the comments from, because of how I set this up. My computer's just a little bit too far away for me to be able to read really well. I can kind of read it, so I can see when the next comment pops up, so I can look down. It's a real thing, or is that just a running joke with the prize alibi? It's a bit of a running joke, but you can totally do it. So, like, you say you want to buy something for yourself, and you've got like one of these households where someone will comment about your purchase. You can always be like, dude, I didn't purchase it, look, it's a prize. Yeah, so yeah, plain gold paper works for every occasion. It does, but I found that you've got to be really careful. I bought a really pretty red and gold, and all the gold came off, so I was really upset. It just sort of, like, as I was wrapping it, I ended up covered in the gold, and the gold areas went white. So I've got to find a better quality gold paper, I think. But yeah, it's a good. My parcel will be saying Merry Christmas from Santa. That's right. Yeah, it's a good idea. I'm in two minds about it, because I think if my husband's going to make a comment about a yarn purchase, it means that there's a bigger issue. So I don't want to just go sneaking yarn in. But if it's like one of those people that someone always just has a comment, like whether there's a reason for it or not, like it's just oh, more yarn, is it? You can be like, it's a prize. So yeah, it'll be fun. Gold on a brown paper base looks good as well. Yeah, I've got some pretty brown paper that I use, and I've got some gold ribbons, so that would be nice as well. So I need a sweetie that might sorry, I need a sweetie that might comment for fun after he bought it. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Oh, sorry, I'm getting a bit raspy, guys. But yeah, so there's lots of fun things. So you should check it out. We're going to be releasing some of the Mystery Lace Club colours onto the website soon. I think one of the things that we're releasing on this month is the let me see. Yes, September. So there we go. The blue cotton candy, which is it's too bright. It's sparkly. It's a superwash merino and silver stellina. So it's this beautiful, beautiful, sparkly, pale blue. It's so washed out in this light. I'll get a decent photo. Or you can check out Kim's links over on the Fiberific Mystery Lace Club spoiler thread on Ravelry. But the blue cotton candy will be coming out. And there's a few skeins of that, but there's a couple of, because these went out together as a Mystery Lace Club. So there's a blue cotton candy mohair silk. So there'll be a couple of those. I think there's only two. There's only two of the mohair silk, and 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 of the blue cotton candy with the stellina. So we've got these coming out. So that will be fun. There's something else coming out as well, because there was a month I forgot to release. So they are coming too. I was just having a look, because, you know, I'm just sitting here and I've got like some of my colours. So check out these three as a little grouping together. So it's Violetish, the blue cotton candy, and Mist together. They look so cute. Oh, I love them. They look great. Bias, I know. I am aware of my bias of my own yarn. Sally says, whenever I have a sale, I wrap them in red tissue paper. Red is my signature colour. Oh, there you go. My signature colour is Blurple. Not as easy to get my hands on. I need a colourway that mimics the wallpaper behind you to go with a solid set of the eye melters. That would be so bright. I could probably, I mean, I've got some of these colours. I could do it, I reckon. I could try. But I have to check. I don't know if I've got any more undyed sunflower that I could use to make it so the yarn bases match. I might have to do it in Pegasus. Lindsay says she's been lurking. The mohair is on a list of things I need. Hi, Lindsay, you lurker. Yeah, there's a few colours there. Most, like, all of those are currently up on my website, along with the coffee and double shot and lake. It's just the blue cotton candy that's not there at the moment. You could do a multi with those colours. Oh, I totally could. Yeah, for sure. This would be cool. This would actually be a really cool. That's an excellent idea, Kathleen. I'm doing a colourway of my wallpaper and just call it wallpaper. Or backdrop. Or something equally as bizarre and totally an in-joke that only those of us who know. It sure would be fun to see. Yeah, it would be fun. Speaking of watching me dye, there's not going to be a dye stream next week. The weather here is just too much. It's too hot, and my equipment will probably be fine because we've upgraded everything, but I wouldn't cope with being in the 40-degree heat and then over steaming pots. So I'm going to be skipping the dye stream for next week. But for my next live dye, whenever that will be, I think we need to do the wall colour. Manlane said I'd grab a DK in wallpaper. We're totally going to call it wallpaper now, and people who don't know what we're talking about are just going to be like, what? Spanichick says, besides, it was supposed to be this week, not this week. Oh my gosh, you're right, Spanichick. It is supposed to be now. It's what we're supposed to be doing now. But it's too hot. I can't. I would die. I'm dying in the air conditioning at the moment. I'm literally like melting. There's no caffeinated crafters next week. That's right. I'll be doing normal lives, yeah. So lives will still be happening. Getting closer to Christmas and a little after Christmas, I'll be having to judge and see what we're doing as a family. So keep an eye out on the Facebook page and on the YouTube channel. I'll put in, like, there's a little community tab on the YouTube channel. I can put in little, like, reminders and stuff in there of what's coming up, because if we go away, or if my husband's taking annual leave, so if we want to go and do something or visit family, I don't want to have to rule out specific days, because we don't normally get much time to do that with all of us together. I wonder if Zazzle could make wrapping paper with your wall colours. Possibly. But I would really love wrapping paper with my little Fiberfic rainbow on it. If you guys have seen my tablecloths that I use at events, I would love some tissue paper or some wrapping paper with that. That would be amazing. Yeah, the table toppers. That's right. Yeah. You should get custom paper done with multicolored Fiberfic yarn. I want to, but it's one of those things. It's on the list of things I'd like to do, but there's some things that I kind of have to do that are a bit further down the list first. If it were a cotton, it would be a wild crochet hippie shirt. Yeah, it really would be. I love this wallpaper so much, honestly. It's one of those things where it was sort of like, it was a tough decision, because it's pretty bright, and it's pretty, I don't know, it's not out there. It's just like, I'm already dealing with bright things, so I was concerned it would be distracting, but it's really grown on me, and now if I had to get rid of it, I'd be really upset. Okay, there's so many things I could have done with these colors, but yeah. But I don't have the rights to this, so there's lots of things I can't do with it. So, yeah. And I'm sure that the right holder of the wallpaper would be upset if we started printing it on things. But yeah, we could do some tights with some other colours. I've got my beautiful logo colours that Jacob's made for me, which are the Blurple, the beautiful aqua green, the deep sort of emerald green, we call it orange, which is this orange red. It's like a shortened rainbow, and we play with that sometimes, so that's fun too. You could have tights made with, yeah, lots of things that we could do that we probably will never do. Just having a look. But yeah, there's so many things like I've seen those beautiful tights that are made with like granny squares and things like that. I love the looks of those as well. So that would be pretty cool to be able to do it in something that I've made. But I don't know. My microphone keeps tucking inside my shirt. I think that's a problem. So yeah, I don't know if that's a thing. You could buy more fabric and use it to wrap the packages and make them sustainable. Never say never. Yeah, that's a good point, actually, Kathleen. It's a fun idea to go with your eye poppers, and it will be fun to watch. It would be. I don't know. I wonder if the cameras would crash. Like if we're going to start doing eye popping colours on purpose. Prudence got tights made with her freeform. Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's probably a thing that I'd prefer to do, is actually make something out of one of my colours or a lot of my colours and then make like a skirt or leggings or something that way. But yeah, I don't know about buying fabric to use it to wrap my packages to make them sustainable. Like, I like the idea of the sustainable packaging for sure, and the reusable packaging definitely. But I don't know what fabric I get printed. Shintani says 1 year I wrapped my mum's prezzies in calico fabric. 1 year I had my Christmas presents wrapped in Ada, you know, the fabric that they use for cross stitch, and it was a bit of a dead giveaway because so the present was like, you know, DMC cottons, and it was like a very cross stitch themed present, but it was wrapped up in the Ada, which was so cool. Big ribbon on it. It was lovely. You'd have to charge more. I definitely have to charge more, without a doubt. I don't know how much it costs to have custom printed fabric, but I can't imagine it would be inexpensive. There's probably some places that for what it is you could get it done inexpensively, but I don't know if it would be something that would be like, for, you know what I mean, like for what you're getting done it's inexpensive, but for what I'd be using it for would it end up being prohibitive. Sally says I had a present wrapped in newspaper 1 year. I've had presents wrapped in newspaper. We wrapped 1 year in tea towels. I want to weave up some more tea towels. Like something me and friend of mine Karen keep talking about is getting together and setting up my 4-shaft table loom to do some tea towels and learn some like 4-shaft techniques, because I haven't woven on a 4-shaft before. But I just finding the time where we both got time is hard. Calico bags tied with a ribbon. Absolutely. The other thing I want to do is get the Fibrific logo put into like one of those big stamps, so I can like, or even like a lino print sort of thing, and stamp it onto calico bags so that it's, you know, a bit more user friendly and stuff. Anyway, I've got heaps of calico bags that I can play with. I just got to get a stamp made. So if you guys know of a stamp maker that can do like a big stamp, I don't want the little ones, I want like a big one where I can put it, like ink it with like, say, screen printing ink or something like that, and then stamp it on like fabric paint or something. Butcher's paper with my stamp on it. I've seen like people make those roller, it's got like a roller cutout with like the logos all wrapped around it, and they can sort of roll it on. I think they look cool as well. So many fun things, you guys. I wonder if I used iron vinyl on a silk screen to make a stencil. So you can do it, absolutely. And I've seen lots of videos done. The overall issue is that you can normally only get about 5 or 6 screens done with it, or prints done with it before it starts peeling up or hoarding the ink around the edges, because it is slightly raised. So it's got its own issues, but you can normally get a few before that starts happening. So if you've just got a really short run to do, then it works really well apparently. But if you've got to do more, not so much. Although it would depend. If you could wet it easily enough and it stay in place, you could rinse it off and just keep going. I dye the string and dye the string in Blurple. Absolutely, we could dye the string in Blurple. Abby can cut lino prints now, I've found out. I haven't done lino printing since high school, so. Yesterday's goodie bags were basic drawstring bags. You could totally use your screen print thingy. Yeah. And that's the thing. So I bought in earlier in the year, excuse me, before Bendigo, because if I had time, I was going to try and do it. I ordered in a whole pile of bags. So I've got just plain calico and yellow, because the fibrific background is sometimes yellow. Oh my God, my voice is disappearing. Sorry. So then it would be a case of just screen printing. I've got a whole box of bags, and I got in like a couple of different t-shirts and a couple of different bits and bobs. So I get the aprons. I don't know. I got a few different things in that just need me to do some stuff to them, and then they're fibrific-y. It's iron on rather than just press on, so iron on is washable. I happen to have a blank screen that has nothing on it and has never been used that I would definitely donate to try and do this, Kim. Where's your tea? I didn't make tea because it's so hot. Honestly, guys, I've got the aircon in here pumping hard and I'm still just really hot. It's really humid today. So I have not made tea. I should make tea because my voice disappears. So that's my own fault. I've got water, but you know, it's not cutting it compared to the tea. The tea is so good, isn't it, Sally? And it's also tasty. It's just hot. I wonder if it would work just as well if it was iced tea. It probably wouldn't, right? I don't know. Have you got the light reactive stuff for the silk screen? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I've made screens. I'm just not very good at it, and so they didn't last. That's how I printed up the bags for Bendigo. Was I made the advantage of the shed being really dark actually, and like, is that it's really good to set up out here for the light reactive because I've also got the big lights, so I can burn in the screens but then also like keep them like in the dark. Where's your insulated water bottle? It's inside. It's not here. I always feel weird. Like, I drink out of water bottles, no problems when I'm by myself, but I always feel a bit weird drinking out of water bottles in front of people. What had you done in high school? Lino printing. So it's where you sketch out an image and then carve it into like little pieces of, I think mine was like a reddy brown if I remember, of lino, and you've got to sort of carve it out and then you roll ink onto it and press it and then you make prints. So that's what I did. The only problem I can think of is how to iron the vinyl onto the screen. Oops, my camera went off. There we go. But you're front of technology though. Sorry, I'm a bit confused by that one. I could just pour the cold water into a cup and drink. You're right, absolutely. But I've still got water. It's a big cup. It holds as much as my water bottle. Like, I mean, I don't know how you'd iron it on either, honestly. We'd have to have a look at it. As long as you made it so it didn't have to go into the edges. And can you use a normal iron or do you have to use your special cry-cut iron? I don't know. But if it was ice water, you'd be cooler. I would be, but I'm not a fan of cold water. Like, I tend to, I like tap water. I'm very boring like that. I like room temperature water. Because I find that I get hotter after drinking anyway. You don't iron it on, you tape it in place. We did it in Scouts. What we're trying to do though, Gamer Widows, is make it permanent, like a proper screen that's been done well, unlike the ones that I do that wash out. So if you do an iron-on one, because I want this to be a permanent logo, I don't mind if I can only print this thing. It's something, I mean, I've been thinking about actually finding a screen printing place and asking them to make me a screen, how much it would cost. I'm sure it wouldn't be the cheapest thing to get done, but then we could play with all the screen printing here. Yeah. So yeah, and that's the thing. If you tape it into place, you've got even higher chance of it bleeding around the edges and not being as crisp. Like I was saying, You can do that for a couple of prints, but you start getting into the 50, 60 prints sort of area and it becomes an issue. You can use a regular iron, but the lifting and the moving the iron can cause issues. Yep. What about the self-adhesive vinyl? Yeah, I don't know. Has this turned into an interesting conversation that we're all having? We're talking about screen printing on a yarn channel. What's a pregnant screen? Sorry, I'm confused. Ask it at a school. They sometimes have the technology to make the pregnant screens. I know Abby's school did some screen printing. So someone there knows how to do it, but it was all like low production levels. So anyway, all right, my friends, I'm gonna go. I've got to have permanent, not pregnant. Okay, thanks for clarifying that. So my friends, I'm gonna go. Don't forget about Mystery Lace Club. If you want in, you need to jump in. But I've got the plumber's going to be here like any minute. I got a message not long ago. So I will see you all later. There'll be a live stream next week at this stage. And have a fantastic day and a fantastic weekend. I'll catch you all later. Bye.